Today I'll be departing from El Paso, Texas to show you my train journey to Tucson, Arizona. And there are some striking things you don't want to miss in my Tucson travel destination vlog. As soon as I sat down, I noticed Amtrak employees making a run.
Just show this tag when you get to the train. There'll be a lady standing outside.
Okay.
She'll write a seat number for you.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you very much. Tucson 1. I guess this is the norm or standard. So this was the same in San Antonio as well as here in El Paso. Because there are so many people going 6, 8, 12, even like 20, 30 hours, they assign you a seat. And as you board, they'll give you my seat number. Yeah, that's a minor difference, or perhaps a huge difference compared to the Northeast first come first serve. While I waited, I noticed Amtrak's network map. Let's review my journey so far. So from Washington DC on day 1 to New Orleans, westward to San Antonio, which has been carved out to just Antonio, a quick visit to Austin and Taylor, Texas, then further west out to El Paso, now heading to Tucson, Arizona.
Sunset Limited train warning in West.
Good to see you again, Sunset Limited. This is a double-decker train connecting New Orleans and Los Angeles, running nearly 2,000 miles. Aww. Well, let's start boarding.
Superliner.
Hello, Tucson.
Tucson, you're gonna follow her to seat 44.
Okay,
This car.
Thank you. Here's the seat assignment, and let's do it. Wow. I don't know how some YouTubers capture themselves getting on and off the train with their luggage. They must be super strong. Anyhow, with my luggage put away, I made it up the steps and found my seat. Lucky me. Front seat with some extra legroom. Now I must say, the train was crowded. No empty seats anywhere around me. And it's not so easy talking to a camera with people inches away. And so, as soon as we departed, I made my way to the lounge car.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you look outside the window right here outside the train, that river that we're passing is the Rio Grande River, Rio Grande. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we are leaving the state of Texas and entering the state of New Mexico. Yes, finally.
Now, I may have just boarded, but it takes a whopping 27 hours to cross the state of Texas. And so, excitement was real among some passengers.
This is train number 1. That means that this line has been running for over 100 years.
Interesting.
We're going to be coming to the closest point between the United States and the Mexican border, 20 feet away from the tracks, that section of the United States and the Mexican border.
This was the first time a conductor was giving us a tour. Perhaps it's a tradition of this route, or it was the particular conductor. The sightseeing lounge was a very popular place to be, and I can see why.
If not, I will see you back at 3:30. Coming up to the point, United States and Mexican border on the left-hand side. This little town that is on the...
Well, I've walked across the border, taking a plane, train, and a car, so all that's left is a boat. But for now, let's admire the view.
So that other side is Mexico. Yes. Oh my goodness.
If you look on the right-hand side, the border patrols are at large.
Here and on, the border becomes distant. Goodbye Mexico and goodbye Texas. Both were very fun times. Now, I was back to my seat. I didn't do a seat review this time, as this one was identical to the previous overnight coach train. Link in the description. Time went on and nothing was out of the ordinary. More deserts, mountains, and pillar of American economy. Thank you, trucker. As I admired the sunset, I noticed the lighting in the lounge was a little unfortunate, at least from YouTubers' perspective, as reflections were very obvious. Now I made my way down to the cafe car. Anyone else hungry? The coach passengers can also get 3-course dinner for $45. So, quick, affordable dinner it is. Bon appetit! Benson, Arizona. Small town station, somewhat well known among Korean viewers due to a famous YouTuber taking his first sleeper train here. Hello Tucson, nice to meet you. Relatively small station considering the population of the city, in my opinion. Past the waiting area is a ticket booth and a restroom down the hall. Amtrak. Outside the station, this building sort of lacks the train station atmosphere. Maybe it was too dark. But anyhow, on board the streetcar and to my room, which was lacking a deadbolt. So here's my DIY deadbolt. Haha. I am now driving south to see
타이탄 미사일 뮤지엄.
Anyone ever seen a nuclear missile? Well, I'm about to, so let's go. I arrived a few minutes early, so I figured I'll look around the outside briefly before heading into the silo.
나이트로젠 테트록사이드 리퀴드.
I have no idea what I just read. And oh, don't worry, I get a clear image later on. Now, I highly recommend arriving much earlier to look and read what's outside. There's a good reason for it too. You'll probably agree when I find out why. Oh. Safety check complete. Let's head inside.
Hello folks, welcome to the Titan II Missile Museum. My name is Steve. I'm going to be your tour guide.
There's a brief orientation, but don't worry, I'll make it quick.
Heavy equipment room on the bottom, and the command center right. Large tarantula, a giant scorpion. If you see any of those critters outside, I don't want to know anything about it. This is coming. Those milled surfaces are so precise that when we pull that door shut, it is airtight on the inside. This door does not open by itself. The lowest ranking member of the crew would have to pull this 6,000-pound, 3-ton door open.
Gigantic, eh? Largest door I've ever seen. 6,000 pound indeed. Probably.
Somebody else who's willing to blow up a city. All right. So you have violated the first rule of the military. Never volunteer for anything. Oh. Yes. We need all of this equipment to launch our missile. The problem is when the shockwave hits that outside wall, it's going to shake this room so badly. That little hump covers a 12-inch opening.
Apparently, those spring-looking thingy are indeed springs, capable of holding this entire room floating even in case of a close impact.
You're in charge of the VIP guests, and you're in charge of the missile and a 9-megaton thermonuclear device. Sure, right? Yeah. 9 megatons is the equivalent of 9 million tons of TNT. If we loaded 1 million tons of TNT in a freight train, that train would be 125 miles long. Multiply that by 9. These bombs were horrendous.
If I just randomly set up.
You had a lot of jobs to do. First of all, you're going to take the names of everybody down here. You're going to write them on this locator board. It was classified. There's no way you would have known. All right, it was classified at this level. It was classified at the next level, and we probably never will. There are a lot of reasons for that. And you have a key. Those keys are 7.5 feet apart and they're spring-loaded, which means that no single individual can reach and turn those keys at the same time. It takes 2 people and 2 keys to launch a nuclear weapon. While all that's going on, you're both grabbing an emergency action message book, nothing fancy. The lock on the left belongs to the captain. The lock on the right belongs to the lieutenant. It's on them that no one would ever guess. There are only 2 times when you can remove those locks from that safe.
Got it.
Captain.
3, 2, 1, launch.
Turn and hold them. All right, sit back, have a cup of coffee and a smoke. No smoke for you. You've started a process you cannot stop. The missile is saying, guys, I don't need you anymore. I know exactly what to do and I know where to go. That's silo's off. That's that huge door passing through the tipsy system saying the silo is open for business. There are only 2 things left for this missile to do. Fire engine and lift off. 58 seconds from the time you turn those keys to the time this 330,000-pound missile lifts itself out of the silo. It's going to travel some 6,300 miles. It's only going to take 30 to 35 minutes because it's traveling at 17,000 miles an hour. And target 2 will be obliterated from the face of the earth. Nice job, guys. Would you read what that says in red at the bottom?
I turned the launch key.
You did. You both killed 12 million people and annihilated a city in the Soviet Union. Nice job, guys. We're going to go down to the silo and make sure that missile's still there. Let's head on down. Just that much, yeah. This much, yeah. That is the real thing. Now, as you look at that missile in the silo, the question should be, how in the world did the Air Force believe they could get this missile out of the silo and send it 6,300 miles to the target? Well, they tested them. They took 51 of these missiles without warheads, and they took them to Vandenberg Air Force Base on the coast.
Oh my God. Magnificent, gigantic, enormous. I don't know what the right word to describe would be, but I was in awe. If you ever wanted to take a selfie in front of a nuclear missile, well, this is the place. Emergency shower, huh? This was my first missile silo, and the excitement shown on my face was real. Yeah. Afterwards, I was back on the field to look at other items and get a better image of the missile. Is it just me, or did the missile get a lot thinner? Huh. Now, remember I said to come early to look around? Well, once you see the missile, everything around suddenly seems trivial and puny. So make sure to see beforehand. Beautiful blue sky, eh? Now, I discovered a unique cuisine nearby and was driving back north. On the way, however, I noticed something odd.
뭐야? 왜 여기 킬로미터법이지?
Apparently, Interstate 19 is the only interstate highway in the US that uses metrics rather than our imperial miles. This was a result of 1975's Metric Conversion Act, which declared metric as the preferred system. However, the act was short-lived, and this highway remains the one and only metric highway in the country. I drove to a nearby shopping mall. I am one of those who prefer to park further from the entrance in anticipation of quicker and easier exit. Is that just me? Anyone else? Let me know in the comments.
가방 메고. 오, 전투기다. 오. 아, 고프로로는 좀 보기 힘들 거예요. 전투기 또 지나가? 뭐 있나? 치킨 냄새가 살살 양념치킨 냄새 같기도 하고.
Good, are ya? No, first time. Yep.
We got a first timer.
Alright.
So because this is your first time, what we're going to do is we're going to add one mandu to your bowl. Mandu's a pot sticker, it'll come with chicken and vegetables.
Sounds good.
So the way to make it work is really easy. All of the bowls are going to be served with rice, cabbage, and noodles. All you're doing is you're choosing the protein option.
Sounds good. Alright. I think I'm gonna go for the combo.
Combo? What 2 proteins would you like?
Make it, let's see. With so many choices, it wasn't an easy decision. I ultimately decided for 3 and 5.
How spicy would you like that one?
Let's see.
So one is going to be sweet with 0 spice.
So I'm probably only Korean who can't do spicy. Yeah, I'll go with like 3.
Do you want any sides or any drinks today?
Let's see, make it. It took me a while to get over the chocolate turtle chip addiction. No going back. 아, 밀키스를 여기서 보게 되네. Milkiss, Korea's all-time favorite. 직원분들이 친절을 넘어서서 완전 프로페셔널하게 친절하시거든요. You can see real excitement in my face expression. Joyful staff in this grade 5 was legit. $16 할만한데? If you get just a Cupbop, the entry, it is $12.50. 내가 딱 좋아하는 살짝 매콤한 수준으로 잘 됐다. 이거는 이제 치킨 가스. Wow. Chicken katsu is fried to order. This was as good as it can possibly get. Next was Korean style yangnyeom chicken, also known as the sweet and spicy chicken. Option 3 and option 4 are the same sauce, but this one has a little thicker batter, so it'll come down to preference. The bowl was so full that I had to eat and dig to be able to show what's inside. Noodles, cabbage, and rice hiding deep down below protein. 컵밥으로 우주 정복. I didn't know at the time, but this Cupbop even aired on the Shark Tank and has become a major brand since. That happy man, by the way, is the founder. Thank you, Cupbop. This was a great meal. Great meal indeed. Afterwards, I drove back to drop off my rental car and concluded my quick trip there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, they're forecasting like even more snow than usual. Oh, wow. Yeah, because of the what's that called? El Nino?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.